Hello, you beautiful people. Welcome back. This is the Follow Your Path channel. My name's Sean, and today's message is brought to you by the wonderful, lovely Montana wilderness. And I climbed up to the top of this hill here to give you a message that was stirring in my heart, and it's this. Let's just dive right into it here. To me, the biggest shift that we can make in this journey, particularly at this point, and I've talked about this in other videos that I've made, but for you individually watching this, the biggest shift that you're going to make is to start to realize and open up to receive that you are so much more than you ever imagined. You are life itself. Now, your mind might go to a certain place when I say that, but I want you to take this in. Imagine the context change, the perceptual shift that we experience when we start to feel in our body, we start to know in our heart that not only are we eternal beings having a human experience, but that we are life itself, that we are the universe that desired to have an experience as you, through your eyes, through all of the experiences that you've gone through that have made you who you are today. All of life itself, that intelligent, creative force that did all of this, wanted to be you. And part of the game is you have to forget that at a deep level and then find your way back to remembering these things. And that's why I've created this channel, to help you remember, to help you feel empowered, and to get out of the basement, get out of the ground floor consciousness, which is all root chakra, material world, little me awareness. Because when you're there, it's very difficult to navigate this reality, especially for those who are on the path of self-realization, of spirituality, of wanting to evolve. There's plenty of people out there that they're really good at playing the material world ego game, and they're spiritually bankrupt. They are emotionally very immature. They are suffering deeply internally. Now, when I say that, the whole point is to master your internal world, master the material world, because they are all connected. They're all one. And if one's out of balance, then it makes it hard to have an enjoyable experience here. So when you shift the context, when you start to actually feel that you were not only chosen to be here, but all of creation had a desire to be you, to come here and have this experience. And when you sit with that, when you meditate with that, when you let yourself be with that, that starts to expand you beyond the struggles, beyond the loops that maybe your mind's been doing around what's not going right, all the issues that you're seeing around you, behaviors that you can't seem to get out of, bad habits, vices, things like that. So number one would be, look at this. Look at that. That's you, that's us, that's all of it. From that place of knowingness, everything starts to shift, because you now feel connected to all of life around you, because you realize that you are it. And as I've said before, you will start to ask bigger questions. How can I serve life? Oh yeah, I'm a being of energy, and prioritizing feeling good, feeling gratitude, feeling this connection is something that I was never taught. I haven't really practiced that much, and so it's not familiar. It's not a habit yet. And my whole life I've been operating from a place of my ego, the false self, or the one who forgot. And then you lived in a society that also forgot and never cultivated your value, never cultivated your unique gifts, never celebrated your authenticity. It was pretty much the opposite of all those things, which part of the classroom, part of the course that we decided to go through here. But now that's starting to break down. We're starting to take a new direction here. And that's why I keep saying this is one of the most exciting times to be alive that you could imagine, because your light is starting to pierce through the darkness. You're starting to know yourself. You're starting to get clear on what it is you prefer, the people that energize you, the activities that give you a sense of joy, that light you up, that inspire you. You're starting to prioritize those things. You're starting to tolerate less lower energies, lower vibrational things that take you away from that feeling of connectedness, of wholeness. This is why I've been prioritizing at this point in my life getting out in nature as much as I can, because that's such an intricate part of helping me to feel that connectedness again. That's why I meditate. That's why I do the breath. That's why I find ways to express myself. That's why I write and keep track of where my energy's flowing day to day. These are the things that you will find yourself starting to do when you're changing the momentum and you're shifting directions. Now, you won't have to continue to do it that way, but at the beginning, or if you've found yourself kind of falling off your stride, off your path a little bit, this channel is about following your path, right? So I'm here to help you get back on it. Then it takes a little bit more of, a little more energy at first to get yourself back into alignment and to begin to make choices from a place of alignment. And so I'll say this again. When you look out, it's like, wow, this is way bigger than I ever could have imagined. I was having a conversation the other day with a dear friend, and we were just going over how really deep the prison programming goes, the worker bee mentality goes. Like during your most formidable years, and I can remember this so potently, I'm this kid and I'm sitting at my desk and I'm like, wow, I gotta be here for like 7 hours and I don't want to be inside. I don't want to be chained to this desk, and I'm staring at the clock and I'm just not enjoying any of it at all. I'm not learning anything that's really stimulating. I'm not having fun. And at some point, you have to learn to cope with that. You have to learn to acquiesce to that and say, like, okay, this is life. It's just not that enjoyable. This is just what it is, and I have to deal with it. And at a certain point, you start to surrender more and more of who you are and your understanding of what life is. And it just becomes this thing that is kind of shitty and you just got to get by. Like that programming is so deep, guys. It really is. Your most formidable years, when your mind is wide open and you're in that theta dream-like state, so that you can learn all of the ways of the world, and you can learn things so quickly, and you can develop those habits and patterns that are going to be with you the rest of the time. That is shaped and molded into this prison-like system where it's like, you're going to work, you're going to trade your time for money. You got to just learn that it's not that enjoyable, and that you just kind of get by and you have a little bit of fun and you do the best you can. There's nothing that system advocates for when it comes to this. This is something that we have to do for ourselves now, and this is something we have to help each other come back to and rewire this dungeon, prison, life's not enjoyable programming. This is a responsibility that each of us has if we want to experience the vastness that is inside of us, if we want to connect to that knowingness that, wow, I am life, that desire to have a me experience here. I am desire itself, and the desires inside of me that excite me, that light me up, that bring me that sense of joy, that expand my mind and make me stoked to be here, that is life letting me know, hey, that's you, that's us. I wanted to have that experience as you. I gave you those desires because I wanted to have those desires expressed through you. And so when you deny those desires, when you don't act on them and you don't fulfill them, it creates a shadow. It creates this sense of like discomfort within you. And that discomfort is simply a mechanism to show you you're going the wrong way, to show you that you're out of alignment, to show you that you've been infiltrated, that there's a program that's not really you. And that's the prison programming of our society, which we are shedding the skin of right now. And so with that being said, you've got to prioritize your desires, get clear on them. What are they? What are the things that inspire you the most? What are the things that you enjoy doing the most? What are the things that you love to be in service to the planet, to the people around you? I love to inspire people. I love to make people laugh. I love to have conversations with people that are meaningful. That's the way that I love to serve this planet. And so the more that I'm doing that, the more lit up and excited I am. And then life delivers more of that to me because it sees that I am placing my attention in the right places again. And so it can start to bless me and give me more, as I've mentioned in other videos. So this is, there's all these different schools of thought on desire. And there is a distinction between your ego desire, which would, be more material, like, oh, I want money and material things, cars, a bigger house. Nothing wrong with those things. What I'm talking about is, hey, maybe you want to make more money so that you can travel, because traveling and seeing more of the world and its beauty and connecting with people of different cultures and learning more and having interactions with lots of different people and cool new places, that lights you up. It's like, yes, go do that, make that happen. Money helps with that. Also, maybe getting a new car will help you to be able to take more adventures into the woods, up to the mountains, and you have a car that's able to do that for you. So material things can be great, and they're vehicles of that desire, but it's not the end goal. And so if you're watching this, like, look at your priorities, look at where you're spending your time, where your energy is going. For a lot of people, you're doing a job that you don't like. Most of your energy is going to things that you don't really enjoy. You're just unconsciously being pulled into the future and creating a reality tunnel that is centered around, I'm just getting by. I'm just here to, do my thing and, try to enjoy it a little bit, but for the most part, it's going to suck. And that's bullshit. We're here to shatter that. Do we really want to hand that off to the kids, to the future generations? Absolutely not. And so it's a responsibility for each of us to break that programming and claim our joy. Talk to life. Speak to it. Let it know that you're here, that you know who you are, that you are in alignment, that you see things through the lens of truth. You ask for what you need and it is given from a place of knowing who you are, not from little me, please help me. It's coming from conviction. It's coming from a place of, I am in alignment. I give thanks for this breath, for this life, for this path, for everything that you made me to be, and I'm ready to realize all of it. I'm ready to realize everything that you created me to be. Because I realize now that I am the desire of that creative intelligence, that the all that is in form, because it wanted to have that experience as me. What a different context of life, of yourself. And this might rub up against religious indoctrination, ways that you learned about God when you were a kid. That was a huge layer that I had to shed with my Catholic upbringing, and the way that I thought of God as this man in the sky judging, and I had to do things to get favor. I never perceived that I was one with it, that I was the Father, God, source, that chose me to be here, to have this experience as me, that I am its child, and that all is given. The kingdom of heaven is within you. It is, the blessings have already been poured. It's all here, and it's up for us to align with it. So you may have to let go of the things about maybe, church or your religious upbringing that pushed you away and disconnected you from the most sacred thing that we have, the most powerful thing that we have, which is connection to source. Religion really distorted that. And so that either pushed people away, it made them be like, no, just like, I don't want anything to do with that. And now we're coming back to realizing, like, that's where all my power comes from. That's where I'm going to have the most joy I could ever fathom. That connection is the most beautiful, sacred thing I could possibly reconnect to and start to cultivate again. And that was severed, twisted, and distorted from my upbringing and the way that society and culture viewed that kind of thing. And again, that combined with the prison programming of school and, being a 9-to-5 worker, that shit is just, it's such a parasite. But again, we're playing that, it's a game. And now we're at the part of the game where you take responsibility. You love the game and you say, oh wow, okay, I'm ready to play. I'm ready to play, and I'm gonna play with, I don't wanna say a cheat code, but you're definitely at a massive advantage when you're connected to this, as opposed to being in your little ego mind, being like, trying to figure it out on the physical plane. No. So you might say, okay, how do I connect with that? Well, you speak to it, as I was saying earlier. That's why you get into meditation. That's why, things in the Bible always said, sit at the right-hand side of the Father. The right side is the hemisphere of the brain, which is your imagination, which is your creativity. You're in the seat of your intuition. And when you slow your brain waves down and you're in that stillness, that communication is at its peak. You can receive the downloads, the guidance, the next steps, the things from there. You can't do it with the busy brain, which is another thing that out here wants you to be stuck in, or at least perpetuates and tells you should be doing that, right? Productivity, like, oh, today was productive. It's like, were you happy? Did you enjoy it? Well, it was productive. I'm staying busy. And it's like, can we stop that? Can we stop with the, staying busy, Ted, at the grocery store? It's like, what the hell are we doing? So I hope this lands for you, because this is, again, the start of something beautiful in your life. This is the start of an entirely new context, an entirely new path. You on your path, you connected to all of life, you getting back to the truth, reconnecting with source, getting your power back, realizing who you are, shedding those skins of those, reprogramming your computer, rewiring your mind. That is going to make all of the difference. Prioritizing your joy, prioritizing and filling your day with activities that keep this sense of being alive in you, that keep the fire stoked, that keep your heart open, right? So there's a lot of people that are saying yes to this. There's a lot of people that are like, okay, I've done it the other way, it doesn't work, so why not go all in on this? Why not partner with life, realize that I'm its desire in form, and start to bring that to life and unfold that potential and put all of your attention there, which is your excitement, which is having fun, which is connecting to nature, which is getting outside of the little bubble of me, survivalism, self-preservation. Pop out of that, align with all of this, align with what's inside of you, and you will move mountains. You will accomplish things that you never could have thought possible. You will serve humanity in ways that will blow you away. You will become a force of nature. You will become such a beacon of light for this planet and for all the people around you. And that, my friends, is what you are here to do. And I wanted to say that from the deepest place of my heart, so I hope you receive it. As I've said in other videos, we are just getting started here, my friends. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for saying yes to this, for being that light in the world. And as always, peace within is peace without. See you soon.